Hello, my friends. Welcome to World of Warcraft Classic and the story of Shoot Man. Now, I'm playing Maga Melk, which is a Tauren shaman with Naomi, my girlfriend, but I'm playing that off-show. My on-show character is going to be Shoot Man, the hunter. He is so named because he shoots. Having the water there's a bit... Okay, I'll put it over here. My goal tonight, Xaver, is to basically get this guy to the crossroads so that we can all play together. Because Dave's around the crossroads, you're around the crossroads. So, I haven't done much. I started the quest and I decided I wasn't going to do it. I wanted to do it on the show. So I've done 6 out of 10 modeled boars. So, I will say straight up, I know something about a hunter. Yes, Torvar. And Dom refuses to play with us. If you want to join, we're going to have a guild set up as soon as we get 100 gold. And we'll have it on the Mancrick server. And we'll all be part of it. Everyone who's part of my community will be part of it. But, I played a hunter as an alt. But my main character throughout Burning Crusade, which is when I did most of my playing, was Burning Crusade. I thought it was 100 gold for the charter. It's 10 silver in live. It's 100 gold. It's 100 gold in this, I think. I think, Xaver. I'm not sure. I'll check it out. I'll check it out when I get to Orgrimmar. But anyway, I mained a shaman. A Tauren shaman. My girlfriend mained a Death Knight. I think it was an Orc Death Knight, if I recall. And actually, I played on her character sometimes. Nicole played on her character sometimes. And Xaver, you played on her character sometimes. For those of you who don't know, Xaver kind of goes with this channel way back. He's been watching for a while. Dave played a druid. Nicole played a hunter. That was her main. I think Dave had like a paladin alt at some point. We had other friends. Neil played a warrior and a warlock. Justin played a rogue. Peter played a rogue. And Jose played a warrior. I'm rolling a hunter because, one, I know enough about hunters that I know I like the class, but I don't want to play a shaman again because I played the fuck out of shaman. So I don't really want to play one again, at least not on the stream. And two, because I really like the name Shoot Man. Shoot Man's a great name. I actually wanted to do a rogue named Sneak Man, but that wasn't available. Someone already took the name Sneak Man. All right. Well, once I get to Orgrimmar, then I'll buy the thingy, because I should probably be. No offense, Xaver, but I should probably be the guild master since it is kind of my community. Oh yeah, Xaver, have you played and anyone else in there, I guess, have you played current WoW? Because it kind of sucks.
Be careful,
I really don't want to play it.
to me.
I don't have enough money yet for that.
Mokra, go forth to victory.
Sneak woman? I could get like an undead female rogue and be like Sneak woman.
For the Horde.
But Sneak Man sounds funnier, you know? Sell all this junk. You always end up playing at the beginning of expansion. Yeah, current WoW is pretty disappointing. Really, Black Hoof. So Black Hoof, did you not play vanilla WoW? Because people consider like this, Burning Crusade, and Lich King to be the best part of the game. And like I definitely agree, you know?
Stay away
Like
from
the game
the
is not
voodoo.
like it's it's a bit more challenging. It's not simplified to the nth degree, you know? The team is better than Classic, you think? Well, okay, Classic had some problems because Blizzard kind of forced it a bit. Like a lot of classes were not properly balanced in Classic. So, for example, Paladins had a tank tree but couldn't actually tank. Hunters had a survival tree but couldn't actually deal any melee damage at all. A lot of Warlock trees were useless. You know, Demonology was useless. Affliction was useless because enemies could only hold 16 debuffs at a time. And if your Demonology Warlock put 5 debuffs on him and knocked off the tank's under armor, you got kicked out of the raid pretty quick. So there were some, because of, I guess, the limitation of the game code or something. There was just a lot of classes that just had no use, and it wasn't properly balanced. Like mages were useless in the first two tiers of raiding because they were both fire mages in the first 2 tiers of raiding because there were fire dungeons and you couldn't use fire spells in there. You want to be a paladin? Horde for life, bud. Oh, hold on. I gotta set a few things in here. That looks good. Sound. Loop music. That's not bad there. So yeah, like I know enough about this game to know that it had serious balance issues, and that like hunters were originally supposed to have the same energy system that rogues had, but they couldn't properly balance it before release, so they just gave them mana. They just slapped mana on them, which is why hunters never really worked as a class. Hunters were like the least conceptualized class in vanilla. And they also didn't really properly do the professions either, because like engineering doesn't really have a place. Like, yeah, well, Liquid Cool, there's a charm to it, because first of all, it was the best game of its time. Fuck off, man, Maverick Hunter. It was the best game of its time, and they did fix in later expansions. They fixed it. Like, hunters eventually became like I think an energy-based class at one point. They actually gave all the specs abilities at one point. Like, they actually made it so that paladins could tank at one point. But it was kind of too little too late, in a sense. Because by then, Blizzard's design philosophy was like, okay, we'll just make everything weak to everything else in a giant game of rock, paper, scissors. And what we'll also do is we'll also make it so that every class can do everything. And it's like, well, why? Why should every class be able to provide every buff? Why not have a dedicated buffing and debuffing class? You know? They kind of they took away all the special little things that each class had. In their attempts to balance them, they removed all of like the uniqueness of the classes. So now vanilla WoW is just kind of bland. Not vanilla WoW. Retail WoW is just kind of bland. You know? Yeah. Excessive class pruning. Progressions became useless. High difficult content had no unique rewards and gear. Epic's not for epic, etc., etc. Yeah. I played a little bit of Warlords of Draenor, I think. I know Dave did. But to be honest, if I played Warlords of Draenor, I don't remember it. It was just that. But also, Warlords of Draenor was like... It was one of those things where they had this great idea. Alternate universe. Meet the old heroes of Warcraft. See what Outland was like before it became Outland. And then they just didn't finish it. Like, the biggest problem with Warlords of Draenor is that it needed like an extra year of development time to actually breathe. And here's what I'm hoping, guys, is that, like, because this game is currently vastly more popular, way more popular than retail WoW. I hope that, like, either they make this the canon and just continue from this, or alternatively to that, they massively revamp current WoW to be a bit more like this, because it is way too hand-holdy, dude. Hey, Loxus. I'm leveling up Shoot Man. He's the man who shoots.
Past that yet.
You mean retail is about the amazingly high-polished in-game content that has never been bad? Yeah, fair enough. Like, if there's something that if there is something that retail does better than classic, it's having a unified story. Like, when you buy an expansion, you know what's going on in that expansion. You know where to go, you know what to do, you know who the enemies are, and you get attached to the characters. Why Horde? Why Horde? Because this game takes place like right after Warcraft 3, and in Warcraft 3, the Alliance were the villains, so everyone went Horde. Now it's a bit more even. Oh Jesus, $10. Thank you very much, Rapture Later. Thank you, dude. Disco Elemental, you okay, man? If you want to talk about it, if you want to PM me about it on Discord even. I can't promise I'll answer you right away, but I will answer one day. I gotta get to my Discord DMs. But no, like, if you're having any problems, man. Points at Sylvanas. Well, yeah, Sylvanas is this fucking mustache-twirling villain. Because, like, I don't play current WoW. But I do watch the cutscenes on YouTube, because I want to know about the story. I care about the story. My DMs are filled again, yes. They always fill up. Well, I understand Disco Elemental, but if you ever need to talk, let me know. Hope you're doing better. Why is this buff green guy not a sexy blue lady with a big fat ass and giant wobbly knockers? Cause I didn't want to name a character Shoot Woman. He's Shoot Man. Garrosh did nothing wrong. Hashtag that shit for me. Shoot girl. Shoot woman. I'm already 3 levels into this. I'll keep with this. There's Super Hassle. Hi, Super Hassle. Pow gal. To be honest, I think like the number of massive reworks Hunter has gotten over the years is a testament to how poorly designed the initial class was. While the enemies of the Alliance still draw breath, there can be no peace. Sneak grill. Laughs in Legion Survival Hunter. Yeah. Rexar is in this game. He's in Outland, I think. So I don't think we get to see him in Classic, but he's hanging out in Outland in the first expansion. He's I think he like runs the ogre clans there that have joined the Horde.
This spell isn't ready yet.
Really, Crispy? It's a good game. He's in Desolace. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay. I had to, like, early Rapture, because I think that the Hunter class is actually better off with energy instead of mana. But, yeah, I don't know. It's my opinion. Oh, no, here. I had to tell Naomi what a swing timer was. She is from an era of CIA Hunter clone. She's from an era of video games where they no longer had swing timers on online games because the internet had improved. So I had to be like, okay, this is why. This is what a swing timer is, Naomi.
Can't cast that yet.
Yeah, this game caused Dave and I to fail some stuff. It also caused Neil and Justin and Nicole to fail stuff too. So, I get it. I think I'm a little bit more disciplined than that nowadays, though.
This spell isn't ready.
You didn't fail in the class, or you're failing at life. You weren't going to school yet or something? No, Iggy. It seriously just so happens that V's not been available during the past few. Like, it's been completely coincidental. See, Sergeant Hoax, I can do a stream of it and still kind of justify myself for playing it. So, as long as I'm doing something productive with it, whether it's spending time with my girlfriend or doing a stream, I can play Classic, as much Classic as I want. No, the honest truth is that, like, and it's actually worked out for us, Iggy, because the honest truth is V hasn't been able to make the sessions recently, but also his character's not in the current sessions. So we're just like, okay, well, guess you're not around. Well, yeah, September is live now, so if you want to subscribe to the channel here on Twitch, it's half off, but I still get the same amount of money from Twitch. Goes towards new computer, because all my stuff's dying. God.
It's too far away.
It's work, I swear. It's like the marginal amounts of work, you know? I think Arch doesn't like it when we turn over every rock in Vampire, dude. He gets mad when we get like too autistic about it. This is Skull Rock here, isn't it? Or what it's called? Who's McLovin? Oh. You like Arch as a DM? They managed to distract a boss with a tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Arch is a good DM.
Recharging.
And then McLovin. Wait. Boxes, what do you mean weird games? This is a very common game, man. Okay. Here's my treatise on WoW Classic. I don't think it'll last beyond 6 months, maybe a year. I don't think Blizzard will actually make Burning Crusade servers because it won't last. And I think if they actually wanted to make WoW Classic a success, they should have taken the time and made WoW Classic the way that like the original design documents said it should have been. Because they didn't finish half the classes, they didn't finish half the specs. For example, hunters were supposed to have they weren't supposed to be survival, marksman, and beast mastery. They're supposed to have a beast mastery element, sure. They're supposed to have a beast mastery element, but they were also supposed to have a more technological side of them to represent the Tinkers, because Tinker was a huge part of Warcraft 3. But they just didn't do that. So they should have had a Tinker section of Hunter, and a Ranger section of Hunter, and then a Beastmaster section of Hunter. That was the plan. Oh yeah, Igri, in terms of how true to life it was, this is exactly classic. So with the exception of higher resolutions and stuff. So that's good. However, they should have properly finished the game. You see, Rapture, maybe, but why keep the bullshit of Paladins having a protection tree but not being able to tank anything? It makes no sense. It's a part of the game that is just completely non-functional. They should have done that. They should, yeah. Disc priests were supposed to be monks, yeah. Warlocks were supposed to actually wear leather. They're supposed to upgrade from cloth to leather at some point, level 40. So I just think that they should have finished the game, you know? And in fact, I also think that they should have not only finished the game, they should have, where's my, there it is, okay. They should have, you know when Wind Waker was released? It was released on bracers, okay. Wind Waker had a re-release on the Wii U, right? They didn't fix a single thing about it. Half of Wind Waker was missing, and they didn't put it in. I just feel like remakes should complete games that went unfinished, in my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. Okay, let's sell all this junk.
For the Horde.
Repost your comment, Crispy. I didn't see it. They fixed the Triforce hunt. Yeah, but they didn't add in the 3 dungeons they cut out of the game, though.
Blood and thunder. Strength.
And that's a remake, not a re-release. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, right? At least Catherine kind of has the right idea. They're putting new stuff into the remake. So it's okay, I guess that's something. You see Classic as a gauge of interest. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they'll... Ancestors. Dave's into that game more than me, honest. I want them to give us the retail character models. I agree, because they're higher quality. But it's only cosmetic, though, so it's whatever. And even some of the class race combinations. To a point. For example, Tauren Paladins are fucking stupid. Tauren Priests are, kind of stupid, but only partially. orc mages are pretty stupid. Orcs were never part of like the order of mages. That's like an Azeroth thing. Mages are specific to this planet, and orcs never learned that shit. To be honest, I find undead paladins like less offensive than Tauren paladins. Because at least in the lore of Warcraft, there are undead priests and paladins that can use holy powers, despite being undead. Yeah, I agree, Black Hoofs. Yeah. Yeah, Crispy, you said that you had like a long passage for me. You can just tell me. Just repost it, man. I'll see it eventually. I don't mind. Flood my chat, fam. Tauren Paladin and Priest works in the lore because technically, if you control the lore, you can make anything work in the lore. You can just be like, yo, you know what? These guys broke off and they did it, and then it works. And it's like, well, like that's how they justified the Void Elves. It is quite literally, like, you know about Void Elves, right? Oh God, here's Dave. You want to join my guild? What, is he in a guild? No, he's not. This bastard. No. Dave sends me a sad face. Yeah, like, the Void Elves, they're quite literally just like, oh yeah, Blood Elves and High Elves, they went to the Void and figured a few things out. And it's like, okay. Boy, that's some great fucking writing. Really? Okay, here. Bottom of the world. Why do you think that watching this live is better than watching the, there's Xaver. I'll play you 10 copper to suck my troll dick. Thanks, Xaver. Why do you think that watching this live is better than watching the stream VOD on the YouTuber on the Game Boomers YouTube? Just out of curiosity, what is it about you? Yeah, Igri, same here. Like, Igri, I love the Warcraft lore. I played Warcraft 1 and 2 when I was a kid on like old PCs. But at this point, I'm just reading the lore on websites and watching YouTube videos. I'm not playing it anymore. Oh, the chat. It's more the interactability. Okay, fair enough. Like, at some point, I'd like to be able to edit, or if I have enough money, hire an editor to do like best of moments of the stream, so it's not just like a giant fucking VOD. I have a feeling that like people would actually watch like, oh, the best moments of this stream, like compacted into a 10-minute video, and that actually might work out. Because, not to toot my own horn too much, but we actually are pretty funny here on the show sometimes. Okay, I'm sorry, Crispy. You know what? You're right, Crispy. I'm sorry. I'll go look it up right now. Just the chat's scrolling slightly faster than normal today. Let me see. You want to make a YouTube channel. Every day I need a rotating selection of urban news, local urban newspapers, citing a few stories, and looking for bias in both content and culture. Each day a rotating cast of newspapers. Okay. Is that, like, your plan is just to, like, look over local newspapers? That could actually be, like, a half-decent idea. Willadem, I don't think Chris Metzen got lost. I think Chris Metzen started retiring. I think that's what it was. I think Chris Metzen, you know, Activision started getting more and more and more involved, and Chris Metzen started getting less and less and less involved. Willadam, if you're doing local newspapers, but only in one area, then it's not going to be interesting except for people who are in that area, unless something big happens. A better idea might be to try and get local newspapers from all over the place. That might be a good idea for a series where like people send you in their local news, and then you're like, oh, dude, over here in this ass end of the world, this ridiculous thing happened. Will there be a vote on the server if it is
What do you
PvP or stay PvE?
Go forth to victory.
Everyone seems to want Mancrick, man. The drop in story quality aligns with the Activision merger. It's not just that. It's the fact that, like, when did the merger happen? Like the middle of Wrath of the Lich King? Yeah, no problem, Crispy. How do you watch Twitch on a phone, by the way? I don't know about, like, I couldn't do that. No offense. Like, if you enjoy it, like, I'd love to have you here, but like I couldn't do that, man.
Fight well, friend.
Like, I don't even understand the people who watch YouTube on a phone. For me, it's like, man, I gotta watch it on a PC. Bottom of the world. Thanks, man. At bottom, I do Game Boomers like 6 nights a week. Sometimes during the day, depending on Dave's work schedule, because he has to like work at night. But usually 6 nights a week. Yeah. We just want to hear you talk as background noise. Okay. Well, fair enough, guys. Like, okay. Like, I have a Galaxy S2 as a phone, and I also like using computers for everything I do, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old to watch things. I don't watch anything on my phone. Even when I had like a newer phone, which broke, I never watched anything on it. I couldn't handle it. Guess I'm just too much of an old man. Use Chromecast. Your phone to your PCs. Your 2 TVs. That's cool. The Hurricane got classes cancelled. Yes, thank you, Hurricane. I understand, bottom of the world. Don't get yourself blown away out there, eh? But yeah, like, I understand. Everyone's got stuff that's going on, eh? Like, everyone's got to do, school and work. Man, dude, I don't know if you know this about me, but when I went back to university, I went to school during the day. I worked night shift, and I just slept where I could. I did that for 1.5 years, and it sucked, but I got through it. Oh man, this old style of cave, dude, crazy. So, I get where you're coming from, bottom of the world. Drop by when you can. It's good to see you. I kind of liked, like, I didn't play Legion, but I kind of liked how it looked. Actually, I don't know if you remember this, Iggy. I made a video about 2 months before Legion's launch, describing all the things that World of Warcraft had to do to become a good game again, and then Legion did almost all of them. I didn't even know they were going to do that. They just did it. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's a good game again. Like, I said that they had to introduce class identity through both unique things that classes could do, as well as, not just that, but also like a unique class quests again, which were completely butchered right out of Cataclysm. And they did that. Like, the entire, like, Order Hall thing was just class love. Yeah, Warlords had great ideas, but like none of them worked because they just didn't have the development time. It seems like almost everything was cut out. Okay, let's talk about Revutopia. Okay, so Dovahkiin, from 2009 to like 2012, ish. Actually, hold on. Before I tell you that story, I want to talk about the class halls. Yeah, why is it that all the classes are now no longer united and they're all fighting against each other again in Battle for Azeroth? I thought, like, from going forward, class loyalty meant more than faction loyalty. But now you have, like, paladins fighting against paladins again. Wait, they actually removed Mind Blast from Priest in Hearthstone? Whatever, okay. Let's talk about Utopia. Here's the story about Utopia, Dovahkiin. Wait. If you don't play WoW like a fucking queer, go fuck yourself. I missed this. Trump should put you in a cage like he does kids at the border. LFG life. Alright. Okay. So, from 2009 till I think about 2012, SFO was only exclusively an anime review channel. We did like AVGN, Channel Awesome styled anime reviews with Dave as the frontman. And so we applied we applied to Channel Awesome, didn't get in. But then there was a site called The Geek Fighters that was picking up people who didn't make it into Channel Awesome. So we decided to join them. No, I'm reading the chat room for sure. No, I was reading our chat room and also the chat room of the game's chat room. But okay, yeah. We applied Channel Awesome, didn't make it in, but there was a site that was called Geek Fighters that was taking on people that didn't make it into Channel Awesome, people that were still good, and they thought our reviews were good, so they took us on. And while we were there, that was when, by the way, we met both JonTron and Peanut Butter Gamer, because those two were also Channel Awesome rejects at one point, which is fucking hilarious when you think about that now. But okay. There was a site called Geek Fighters, we were all together. And then, like, Geek Fighters merged with a different website. Geek Fighters merged with a different website to form Reviewtopia. When Reviewtopia was formed, PBG and JonTron both left. They both left. They didn't keep going with us. That was fine. And we were on Reviewtopia for a while. And actually, the event that killed Reviewtopia was the exact same event that killed Channel Awesome 5 years later. And I'll just tell you the whole story, because like everyone who knows about the whole story, no one wants to tell people because they want to respect the victim's privacy and all that. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. The victim was Screaming Mantis, and she was the girlfriend at the time of Brad Jones, the cinema snob. And Jew Wario got her in bed while she was drunk, and started putting his fingers inside of her. And that was only one of the girls that Jew Wario had done that to. But this event, before this event happened, Screaming Mantis was drunk off her ass in a room where a Reviewtopia stream was happening. So she was on Twitch, yanking off her top and dancing around. And rather than put a stop to it, the Reviewtopia people started advertising that there was a topless Screaming Mantis on their stream. And the downfall from that, the fallout from that, destroyed Reviewtopia. Everyone fucking left. And we left, not because we actually cared about that too much, but because, honestly, we were there for about like 2 years, and the first year was good. The second year was complete shit. It was a channel run by nice people who had no clue how to actually run a business. So we're like, you know what? Everyone else is leaving. We're just gonna fucking leave. So what ends up happening is, After that event, which kills Reviewtopia, a Screaming Mantis is too drunk to do anything, so Jew Wario takes her back to the room, and then does that, and then that comes out 5 years later, that event, and that kills Channel Awesome. So it all happened because Jew Wario was a sexual predator, and because Channel Awesome covered up for him, and because Screaming Mantis got ridiculously fucking drunk all the time.
Strength.
There you go. That's the story. Yeah, she was definitely a victim for sure. She was passed out, right? Like she was too drunk to do anything. She was passed out, and he was just like getting ready to bang her. He didn't give a fuck.
No.
Is there a hunter trainer here? Hunter trainer, here we go.
How are ya?
And serpent sting, thank you. What do we got?
Bye now.
And what else? Igri, they knew that like he was well liked, so they like no Igri, he didn't like blackmail anybody or anything like that. Nothing like that happened. He just I'm gonna go grind to level 6 so I can learn stuff before I leave. He didn't blackmail anybody, Igri. They went to bat for him because he was popular and he brought in views. That's it. It's not like the Channel Awesome people were scared of it coming out. They weren't. It's not like they were blackmailed by him. They weren't. They outright said, he is a draw. We have to cover up for him because it's good for our bottom line. That was Channel Awesome's opinion on him. Hey Vincenzo, what's up, dude? The guilt of it is what probably drove him to suicide. Yeah, he killed himself. He killed himself a few years later, but like he did it to a lot of people. He had like an underage group of girls. It was like a club where it was only underage groupies of his. Like they were specifically underage, and like he would meet up with them once in a while. And who like apparently it was all innocent, but who the fuck actually knows at this point, right? Like nobody knows. He was that popular, yeah. No, man, like, okay, this guy was the actual groomer that Pro Jared was accused of being, and Channel Awesome went to bat for him, knowing, because he brought in the views. That shows you the caliber of people that work at Channel Awesome, or worked because everyone left. Well, generally, that's how we figured it out, is because Channel Awesome, they so badly redacted his name from the chat logs. We saw it said Justin, so we knew who it was. Not Spoonie, Jew Wario.
Ready yet?
Congrats, guys. Did Jim get his grooming tips from him? I honestly... Oh yeah, Lindsay Ellis definitely defended him. Also, there's like a joke that the abortion that Lindsay Ellis got came from Spoonie because they were very friendly during the year 1 anniversary video. But I think that's just a joke, honestly. Hey, Lady Larnai. How's it going? Yeah, Linkar knew and said nothing, and he's like a feminist, and he knew and said nothing. Fucking disgusting, dude. All of them. Okay. Listen to this. A year after Gamergate, 2015, the SFO channel was rapidly transitioning to being a Let's Play channel. Because basically we just wanted to make Let's Plays, frankly. We had done some Gamergate stuff. And we weren't really doing... Oh, a blue pouch. Nice. We weren't really doing anime reviews anymore because Dave didn't want to do them anymore. And by the way, those guys are up on like a... The anime reviews are up on like a side BitChute channel if you want to go watch them. But anyway, but basically, like we were kind of getting out of the anime review space and the review space in general. We were doing Let's Plays, and then the Let's Play channel eventually transitioned to being Game Boomers live on Twitch, and SFO eventually became a political channel. But we did one review, all right, and it was Attack on Titan. And for shits and giggles, we applied to Channel Awesome. And they accepted us. Not remembering who we were. And we turned them down. Well, Lady Lara and I, we're going to start like a guild. Like an SFO guild. You saw Spoonie at a con once after his career went to shit. I must have looked like a wash-up Spoonie. He went here on the stage later that day. Why an orc? Oh, did you actually like Attack on Titan? Ever? I was thinking Dragon had to run for you. Nicole made you watch it with her. I think that was actually like the last video, the last project Nicole seriously worked on was that review, I think. An orc, because the racials for orc in this game are pretty good for hunters. Like let me look it up here. Racials. Axe specialization, hunters use axes. Blood Fury, that's just like a really good cooldown. I'll put it over here. Increase damage dealt by hunter and warlock pets by 5%. It's always good. You get extra dodge and you get extra stun resist. So it's pretty good, all things considered, to be an orc hunter. Yeah, see, there's definitely like Burning Crusade things that I missed too as I get done. Like the Blood Elves were a pretty good race, and they had a pretty good starting area. I do miss the fact that like hunters probably should have had that energy bar instead of a mana bar. Well, Larry Bundy is only there as a joke. Like, I've talked to Larry at this point. Larry watches my channel. And he comments on a lot of the videos. Like, he's a cool guy. I'm like one of the political YouTubers that Larry watches. And we've talked a few times. And he said outright, he's only on Channel Awesome because they forgot he was there. Yeah, Larry's really cool, man. I did actually watch the Warcraft movie. It was okay. It wasn't like the evil that everyone said it was, but it wasn't great either. Fucking orc. Yeah, dude. Yep. Shu also watches the videos too. I knew everyone big before they got big? No. I didn't know Egoraptor ever, for example. I've never known him. Okay. Here, I can just list off who I knew. I knew JonTron and I knew JonTron and PBG on Geek Fighters. I actually also think that when I was playing World of Warcraft, like back in the day, I might have been in JonTron's server because I was on Shadow Song, and I might have been in his guild, but I don't know who he was. Like JonTron has said that he was on the Shadow Song server in the guild Reject Your Reality. I played casually in that guild, but I didn't know anybody in it. I just like joined it on a whim. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll join the guild. But I didn't talk to anybody there, and I wasn't there very long. It was like I have no clue who John was or like whatever, right? I've never met James Rolfe. I have emailed and gotten an email back from Bargo from actually no, hold on. I helped Dave write an email that he sent to Bargo, and he got a reply back because he was Dave was actually a bit like nervous to write it. But anyway, Bargo was one of the producers for Channel Awesome way back in the day. He was the Indian guy that played Mati. Because this is before like they turned like really elitist. We were like, hey, we got rejected for the channel. For Channel Awesome, how do we get better? And he like gave us some tips, and then we didn't really implement them because we didn't care that much. Simple as that. Nicole emailed back and forth with Spoonie, and I emailed Spoonie once myself because we actually Xavier knows this story. Xavier knows this story because he was kind of excited about it, I think. Spoonie had agreed to do a crossover with our review with our anime reviews at Con Bravo in 2012, I think, something like that. And last minute, Channel Awesome turned around and told me couldn't do it because we weren't part of Channel Awesome. It's like, nope, can't do it, not allowed. Yes, my name is Shootman. But I think beyond that, I think that's all the people that I've known on the internets. Then of course like Sargon and the crew, but that's like modern. Naomi just came home, guys. She's dancing off to the side. You guys can't see her. How's it going, Naomi? Good shift? Okay. Are you gonna go play Warcraft? No, you don't have to. No, seriously. Like I'm happy playing with the. Yeah, they're like be gone thought. I'm happy playing with the chat today. Yep. Okay. Okay, actually, Naomi, wait, come back. No, seriously. If you actually want to play a priest, I highly recommend Undead Priest. They are easily the strongest priest race in the entire game. Okay, good idea. And if you want, well, I can meet up with you later in the game if you like. Best movie based on a video game. Mario Brothers, thank you. I have a Mario Brothers poster, in fact. And I'm very happy to own it. It's hanging up in the kitchen, in fact. Welcome back, Ian Slot. Don't get yourself killed out there with the hurricane, man. Get the shelter if you have to. My World of Warcraft rants ain't worth it. Yeah, dude, that hurricane is still just fucking... It's still fucking Florida, man. To be fair, like, we're in the middle of a rainstorm, too. You're in a shelter? Good night, Crispy Props. Thanks for being here, man.
I need a target.
Come back when you can, dude. Hobbit, man, get out of here. I'm not a fucking habit. You almost died in Hurricane Harvey because we drove out into a flood to get food from Walmart? Jesus Christ. What's the anime you're watching? If you don't mind my asking, what's the anime? Oh yeah, you guys are wondering about Dave's old anime reviews, right? Is there anyone in there who doesn't know where to get them? Or are you guys all up on the glories of my alt channel where I store all of Dave's old junk? Wait, did Xavier leave?
Charging.
That guy didn't reply to, Oh, he's still here. Ah, I figured... Yeah, Xavier, I figured you would have talked about the Spoonie thing. Name it technically your wife or girlfriend. Girlfriend. We're not married.
Inventory is full.
My inventory is full. God damn it, Xavier. Corroborate my story, you bastard. You knew what Nicole looked like because of that? Yeah, fair enough. Well, I thought you were also like quite interested to see our crossover with him. Hey, Zigaton and JD, you're both gay men, and you both realize that there's definitely an element of slight pederasty in the gay community. Not illegal, but definitely like older gay men with younger gay men. So you two should get together. Don't share like Pro Jared. Don't share like Pro Jared. Well, no, I have a channel, a side channel called The Dev Kit, where I put a bunch of Dave's old anime reviews, and I'll also be putting like some unboxings and stuff that I've shot. It's fucking disgusting, Devin. Yes, that's the point. I meant to disgust you.
What are you looking for?
Is that a better chest than the one I have? Yes, it is. Give me that back. Better bracers? Ragged? No. Is it a better belt? Nope, this is all junk. It's all going in. How come there's all these clothes on these pigs and stuff anyway? Yeah, Willadam. I was meant to do a video on that today, but Scrump sabotaged it. Scrump the saboteur. Hey, wait. Wasn't there a quest to beat up peons? Where the hell did that one go? Found your dev kit. Yeah, seriously, like, there was a quest. Not in Classic, really. But there's like sleeping peons here. That was Kata. There is a quest. I haven't found it yet. Who gives it? When peons wake up, do they say job's done? Yeah, kinda.
So. What do you need?
Strength and honor.
Jesus Christ. Zigatan. You do know that the idea of extreme ownership and the idea of punishing everyone for everything, they're not mutual. Like, they're mutually exclusive. Rogue trainer.
What can I help
Armor merchant. Weaponsmith. Demon trainer. Warlock trainer. Yes, my lord. Yeah, I can't find it. It's not a big deal. I'll just keep grinding.
Look, Tom.
Strength and honor.
Yeah, dude, nostalgia is why I'm here. Oh, it's the foreman. It's this guy. How did I not see him?
Loktar, may your blades never dull.
Okay, you're already awake.
Me not that kind of pork.
There's the beat stick. Cut scrump off from reservoirs of traps. But Zigatan, I let you keep going all the time, and you're just a wild-eyed, insane man. Here, work.
Something need doing? Me busy. Leave me alone. What? Something need doing?
They're definitely peons. He woke up while I was doing that. God damn it.